Hey guys, what is up? This is Friendly Neighborhoods here, back again with another Isaac break and run. First run of the week. Let's do some numero uno. Number 1 is the highest tiers up in the game, aside from, of course, things that decrease tier delay, which sort of have a variable tiers upgrade. Number 1 is a 1.7 tiers up. Soy milk is a tier delay like -8 or something fucking obscene. Soy milk ends up being, no matter what, the highest tier up in the game, I believe. But some of the other tier delay downs can be higher than 1.7, sort of. It's a very bizarre mechanic, and by that I mean people haven't fully figured it out yet. Because a lot of the people who say that they have figured it out are like, you know, it doesn't, like, it just lets you skip the cap. Like, it's just a flat number that lets you skip the cap. But that's observably false, because if you have no tiers ups at all, and you get a tier delay down, it does literally nothing. But then when you get a bunch of tiers ups, it does a lot. So the impact more or less scales with the, you know, what your tiers are. Also, we got a shitload of cash on the first floor. This is awesome. Gurglings normally is a pain in the ass, I'd say. I don't know. Gurglings is like one of the weirder bosses to fight. Because some of the times it's a really hard boss, but a lot of the time it's just kind of like a little bit of a pushover that you just kind of have to be very careful-ish with. I don't know, it depends. I think this Gurglings fight, as you can probably tell, is going quite well, and it doesn't seem to be too terribly difficult, so I am happy about that. Stem cell, or Magic Scab, sorry, not stem cells. Magic Scab is fine. We have 2 bombs and 1 key. I think we go, well, yeah, I'm gonna open one of these golden chests, and I'm gonna go to the right. Technically, it didn't matter where I put the first bomb, because it would blow open both ways, but regardless. Okay. Didn't quite work out the way I had hoped. I hoped for at least 1 consumable drop that wasn't money from that. I got punished. That's alright, though. I can live with that. Also, I'm in a fucking real good mood tonight, so hopefully we won't be salty about this run. I will say, right, a lot of my runs recently, very much, I've watched them a couple times. Like, I knew I was salty during the runs, right? But I guess I didn't realize to what degree, like how salty I really was. So I apologize, because I did look back and I was a little bit too salty. Let's put it that way. I was saltier than I had hoped I would be. So I apologize for those. Hopefully we can, you know, use that as a catapult to move along and maybe not be as salty in the future. We'll see. No guarantees, of course, because sometimes I will have just had a bad day and Isaac will give me literally nothing for the whole run. Those runs do happen. I feel like my saltiness would be justified if I got literally no damage. Which has happened. So, yeah. Okay. So number 1 has the obvious downside of decreasing your range, which is normally not a problem, but with certain enemies, such as, ooh, I don't know, bomb flies, it's terrifying. They're both 1 hit, okay. Bomb flies are spoopy. I might have made too many things to dodge. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah. I don't think I should. I think it would be unreasonable to actually get hit at this point. So I'm gonna say good job me, and nice job getting a deal with the devil. You go, you. Not gonna touch the yet. I will absolutely take a guppy item right off the bat. And I will take the box because it'll give me a key, which will allow me to access our, ooh, it's actually a pretty good key, I think. Or your wizard is annoying. Card Against Humanity is fine. could give us some cash, which is nice, because on this floor specifically, we have a golden key. Hot bombs. Do I take hot bombs or do I reroll hot bombs? I think I take hot bombs. Mostly because there is a tinted rock right there, and the 5 extra bombs sounds awesome. But also because 5 extra bombs there helps us a lot in the future when it comes to our bomb struggles. And I kind of want to save my reroll for the shop, because I do want a sharp plug, of course. I don't have things that synergize with sharp plug yet, but it's not unreasonable to expect us to get something that would synergize with it. And I am absolutely taking Black Handle. You can't stop me. This item is incredible. It's like probably my favorite shop item in the game, next to, you know, sharp plug and stuff. So I'm just gonna buy this and this. This is, you know, maybe I shouldn't have rerolled if that was my plan. But the thing is, if I rerolled into sharp plug, I would have dropped a bomb and bought sharp plug. So the reroll had information that would have governed my decision, so that was why I actually did it, even though I didn't end up doing anything with the reroll aside from just looking at different items. So Black Candle stops us from getting curses for the rest of the run, which is incredible. Unless we reroll it in like a 1 or 6 dice room. So, yeah. But, you know, look, my tiers are smaller, right? I'm not imagining this, right? Somebody in the comments, please confirm or deny, I guess. Because it always feels like when I get down to caves, my tiers get physically smaller. It feels like it's every run, and I don't know why. Like, it can't just be my brain having trouble with the colors in the background, can it? Like, I don't know. Maybe it could be, though. I'm not a psychologist. Those people know that. I mean, I guess, sort of, they would. I don't know if there's, like, ever actually been a study on it. Probably has. I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, I don't know. See, right there. I fucking brought it right back. Alright, I did all that for a singular bomb. Not the best. I guess it was also a charge for my D6. So thankfully we have one of the better wall spider rooms for number 1. So we don't have to sit in it for 3 minutes waiting for the doors to open automatically because I can't shoot far enough to kill shit. There's apparently one room that was a lot more common than it is now, that had a lot of people essentially just like locking on the head trauma challenge. I found head trauma to be fairly straightforward, honestly, but a lot of people had a lot of trouble with it, and there was apparently one room where you physically couldn't hit the wall spiders in the room. It was like the one where the wall spiders are all the way on the right over like a giant pit. Maybe it was only one wall spider. Regardless, it was a thing that existed. I don't like that when I'm already super close to enemies. Although, you know, I'll take it. I think it gives a... Is it a damage up? I think so. It looks like it gave a damage up because my tiers are bigger. That normally is indicative of a damage up. Not always, but normally. Alright, that guy was having trouble. Yeah, head trauma I found fairly straightforward. I almost made it impossible, though. I made it to, like, the caves, and I saw Brimstone and Deal with the Devil, and I'm like, oh, this is probably awesome. So then I took it, and then it just got so much harder. Suicide King. Alright, that's an interesting one. Let's just use Card Against Humanity, like, in this room. It's not the most optimal, but I don't really want to shoot through that much poop, so it's fine. And I do want to take Suicide King with me in the event that we get, say, 9 lives. Because it can give, I believe, up to 5 pedestals. It's a very rare occurrence that it gives you 5 pedestals, but it can. And that sounds pretty sweet to me. Ah, no, I didn't want to pick up the coins. I wanted to tally them all fucking by just looking at them. Oh well. I think we had 5 at the start, so it's been 7 coins there. Must have been, because I definitely had 5, and definitely might not be unsure and think it may have been 6 instead. Definitely was 5. No doubt about it. So Gertie Jr. is a bitch. Concussive tiers make it a little bit harder sometimes. Other times, I think if you hit her while charging, she just stops. But I think if you hit her before she charges and then she charges, I think it gets terrifying. I've definitely had her fling all the way around the room like mad. I'm gonna grab wire coat hanger. I don't actually know if this will up our tiers, but yeah, it didn't. So we need a tier delay down in order to get that effect. I would like a range up though. That'd be sweet. It's not every day you hear that you want a range up. That was a good dodge, me. The good old stand entirely still in the beam of fucking bloody damage. It's a sweet, sweet dodge. Jesus Christ. Guppy's hairball's doing much more work than my tears are. I'll take that. Because it's not bad. It's number 1. It's just that they don't go very far, so it's not great. I don't want to use a key to get into the shop, so if there is a spot here, which there is on this one, yeah, there is on the other one too, so this should be it. I was gonna say could be, but I waited too long, so it was it. There you go. Sure, I'll take that. I think piggy bank is very reasonable, especially because it comes essentially at a 3-cent discount by default, which is nice. Because when you pick up piggy bank, it gives you 3 cents. So, in case anybody was wondering, it's not like there's like some hidden mechanic with discounts or something. And I just know, you know, I'm clairvoyant. I mean, I totally am clairvoyant, and that's exactly it. So, you know, bow to me. Okay. The annoying thing is, concussive tiers are a lot more random now because we have, like, we got a luck down without luck ups. So, it's gonna happen a lot less frequently than it normally would, and obviously, in turn, a lot less reliably. So, it could fuck us over in a few situations. In a few. Good wording, me. Wordsing, if you will. I'm playing fast and loose. Oh yeah, and when I told some stories about Magic the Gathering, people seemed interested for me to do Magic content, and I might do it. I did at some point, back when I had like nobody watching my videos or something, because I was just like, I'm playing Magic Online, and then I just like did it. Some videos got quite a few views, but mostly, there's one thing in particular that I'm planning on doing related to Magic. And I'm waiting until I actually have the money to ensure that I can do it and, you know, not starve to death or whatever. And it's, I want to build the Jeskai standard combo deck, which, if you don't know Magic, don't worry. It's a whole, that was a whole bunch of jargon. It's, you know, it's not of the most importance. You don't really have to worry about it. But for those who do play Magic, it's basically a combo deck revolving around the idea of using Jeskai Ascendancy and just a whole bunch of cards to essentially draw a billion cards and attack with like a billion creatures. It's a pretty cool deck. And it's fairly consistent. It's just really hard to pilot. That's why a lot of people don't do it, from what I understand. So, power card in this ring is sweet. I will take Liberty. Nah, no. I think Goat Hoof is probably better. That speed is really nice. Look down. Temesis. But I'm the kind of guy who likes combo decks. And for those who do play or who don't play Magic and, you know, you're like interested, this has piqued your interest. highly recommend getting into Magic, first of all. And apparently a really good way to do it is to do the Duels of the Planeswalkers games that you can find on Steam. They're not the best if you actually already play Magic, but in terms of learning, it is probably the best resource that you have, aside from quite literally having a friend or somebody at a local game store teach you. So if you don't have friends like me, then totally do that. It was a joke. I have friends. A lot of them may be thousands of miles away from me, but I have friends, alright? Proof? What? I don't need proof. Shit! Fuck! They got me! Yeah, I'll take Lucky Foot. Haven't been rerolling too much. I kind of want to reroll a deal with the devil that would knock the guppy items into guppy items. It seems like a thing I want. Ugh. Also, for those who haven't played Magic, but your interest is piqued and not in a playing Magic sort of way. Alright, that seems to miss this. But just more so, you know, what does all this jargon mean? The biggest thing is combo decks. The idea of combo decks is pretty cool. It's basically just, you have a specific deck built, right? This is a constructed format, right? Not a draft format. So you build your own deck and you play against pre-built decks, basically. But, combo decks are really sweet because they're generally built off of a, you know, 2, maybe 3 card combination, right? Hence combo. I feel like most people know what combo means. And the goal of the deck is to do that combo, and depending on the combo, it does different stuff. And generally, in most cases that people, whatever. In most cases that people think about combo decks, they think about decks that will win, essentially just like on the fly out of nowhere, right? And those are like the best combo decks for sure. They're not the only combo decks though. I'm gonna hope that... Oh, it can't be there. Fuck. That would have been really nice to get into both of those special rooms without losing anything. Of course, we have to fight Envy. Didn't have to. Could have just left, but how do I leave a floor before doing everything in the floor? But yeah, for example, there was a combo that I played a lot of called Splinter Twin. Yeah, I was that guy. In fairness, I was like... I was playing Splinter Twin combos before Splinter Twin was like an actual legitimate combo in Standard. I did a fucking horrible, disgusting monstrosity of a fucking Splinter Twin deck with Mer Galvanizer. But basically, the goal of the deck is to get a creature that untaps your creature. And tapping is just turning them sideways. And when they're tapped, they can't do... Like, they can't do things that require them to tap, such as attacking, or some have activated abilities that require them to tap. But it lets you untap a guy, right, when he enters the battlefield, when he comes to play. That's okay. The enchantment Splinter Twin, which you put on one of your creatures and gives them the ability to tap and create a copy of themselves that have haste and die at the end of turn. And haste just means they can attack the turn they come into play. And you just assemble those 2 cards and attack your enemy with a shitload of 1/4 creatures, which is low power, by the way. They don't do a lot of damage, but you have an arbitrarily large amount of them, so... It's a very consistent combo deck, and it still exists in a certain Eternal format, which is just a format that has more cards, basically. It's cool stuff, though. Magic is sweet. If you don't know much about Magic, I seriously would highly recommend looking into it, because it's really a cool game. Even if you don't have money to spend on Magic, which is understandable, mind you, because Magic is not a cheap hobby. I would recommend just watching Magic. Just read the cards, kind of learn the basics, and just watch Magic. Because there's, every weekend there's a Star City Games run event that has a stream going. Well, maybe not every weekend. Most weekends, though. They have a schedule somewhere, but I just don't give a shit and I just watch because it's on most weekends. Magic is like, it's just so cool. I love it. Because there's just so much freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. And sure, there's randomness, and like you can get blown out pretty bad by just like drawing badly and your opponent drawing like a god or something. Like that shit happens, but yeah, it's part of the game. It's the nature of the game. It's a fucking TCG. It's like fucking poker. In poker, you can just get super unlucky. It's just the point is, the way that it evens out with poker is that, like, you know, there's skill involved in knowing when to hold them and when to fold them, more or less. Obviously, poker's a bit more complex than knowing when to hold them and when to fold them, but you know, that's the gist. While Magic has a similar sort of balancing mechanic that allows skilled players to win more often, so. Which is just the fact that there's so many complex lines of play that you can follow in any given game. It's not quite as simplistic as Hearthstone. Ooh! Is that shots? Not really, right? Most people who even people who play Hearthstone have come to accept the fact that Hearthstone is like a fairly basic game. Not saying it's not fun, it's just basic, right? Nobody would argue it's not basic. Not digging the Globin hitting me though. That full heart is rough. Oh god damn it. I do not like these rooms. This is Necropolis, right? No, this is just depths. Holy shit. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I haven't seen any masks yet. Masks are much more common on Necropolis. I would have seen one by now if it were Necropolis. Probably, you know. Maybe not necessarily. All right, those are reasonable 2 end of room drops. I appreciate it, game. You know what? That was a really nice one. That was a good little gimme you got. Gimme you got. It was. Thanks. Man, so there's like one more room until our item room that direction. Oh, and by the way, don't worry about, I saw people seemed a little bit concerned when I was talking about the Dota videos. They were saying, like, oh, that'd be cool, as long as it doesn't interfere with your, you know, uploading Isaac or whatever. And, like, that's a legitimate concern. But the thing is, I got it. Trust me. Nothing will actually interrupt Isaac's uploads. The only reason that Isaac will ever change away at this point from once a day will either be going back up to twice a day, maybe because I don't know, I have more drive or something. Probably. I mean, it probably won't go back up to 2 a day, because there's other reasons other than drive that I knocked it down to 1 a day. Wow. I really want a range up. Is that too much to actually ask? I've actually re-rolled 4 range ups. Well, if you know, aiming for range ups. Not, I haven't re-rolled 4 range up items, right? Like the number 4. That hasn't happened. Okay, compass is sweet, and the spirit heart will make up for our horrific mistake. Yeah, exactly. 1 more room. Fuck. It means we will not have the 6 charge for it. Hopefully, it's just something incredible, like a Libra or something. I think Libra. So, stats cap, but I don't think they ever, that's probably better. I don't think they ever stop counting. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, I believe that even though our tier rate is currently capped, we have over the cap of tiers, right? Because of, we have 1.7 from the number 1, and then, oh, that's actually sweet. This is actually awesome. That's so good. Yeah, we have 1.7 from number 1, and then 0.7 from wire coat hanger, which is definitely over the cap. Like, you know, I didn't shoot faster by picking up wire coat hanger, right? Like, number 1 automatically caps you out on default tiers. So I think Libra probably does take into account stats, like tiers, even after they have reached a cap. But I don't know. I actually don't know. It'd be an interesting thing to test. It would also be a difficult thing to test, so that's not on me. That is a large amount of flies you two have generated. I do not appreciate that. Okay. So everything is to the right, I guess. These guys are so dumb. They're not like a difficult enemy, they're just kind of annoying and time consuming and, you know, other negative things that involve boredom. I would like damage up, I would like range up, I would like piercing. I'd like quite a few things. Able is fine. I'm gonna check out this room first. I don't really want that. I definitely do not want that. So bomb rocks can't actually be built into bridges, so obviously we're going for the bottom one, so we can actually cross and get our 2 keys and 1 cent for free, more or less. Okay, let's go this way. Wow, a lot of empty rooms. It's weird. This is probably greed, I think. I don't know, we haven't had greed yet, so I feel like it has to happen at some point in every run. That greed is in your shop. Yeah, there he is. How's it going, bud? How's your day been, Mr. Greedy? How's it been waiting in Necropolis 2 all day for little Isaac to shoot his pee-pee at you? Alright, well, I'm not going that way for now. We'll be back. I'm not going to backtrack through that room a single time, so that is why I'm going this way. So I took Roasted Key over Goat Hoof because however good Goat Hoof is, Roasted Key will end up with more key drops. And because, especially now that we have Guppy's Tail, that's much better. But also for other reasons, it's good. The main one being consumable drops are good. And keys are a premium consumable. So, what are our chances of getting a deal with the devil on this floor? Not high, right? They're not low, but it's not a number that you're like, you know, sure that you're gonna get a deal with the devil with. I think. Probably. That's, you know, I've reasoned enough that my brain is just gonna accept that as a proper conclusion, so that's cool with me. I would like one more guppy item. So that's why I'm kind of unsure if I want to pop my D6 to reroll the feather, the thing. Because there won't be enough rooms, actually. Okay, you know what? I've talked myself into it. I'm just going to go this way. That is a really nice big room. Oh, frame rate chunk. What the hell was that? Oh, I think I know what it is. I have a stream's chat in the background right now. I will fix that momentarily. When people spam in chat, it gets bad. If I tab away, I think that should fix the problem. Normally works, so sure. Alright, let's go. So this is going to be not a short fight. Not necessarily a terribly long fight. definitely not a short one. Not gonna be a surgical takedown, you could say. You know what? That sped it up significantly. I'm okay with that damage. Not okay with that damage, because this means now we're in dangerous, maybe take red heart damage territory, which is not a place I like to be when I really want a guppy. Because I'm one item away from guppy. So a deal with the devil is like super important. Muy importante or something like that. I don't know Spanish. Okay, well, fortunately that didn't actually give us damage. We didn't, you know, things. So because I'm going pretty deep on the guppy plan, I'm not gonna take Lord of the Pit, and Gimpy's not good enough, so that blows chunks. But the mark is nice. It's a solid damage up, and it gives us an extra spirit heart, and by extra I mean the only spirit heart that we have. But our damage is actually pretty good. It's probably this way, and it loops back around. That would be the most logical. Or I guess the most illogical, but that's the most logical when it comes to finding boss rooms on late floors. Is go whatever looks illogical. Works out a good chunk of the time, I'd say. Tinted rock has been found. Things have been acquired. Yeah, so I paused the stream because I immediately noticed that it was giving me issues while I was resetting, so I guess I didn't think about the chat actually existing. I don't know how people can like actually fucking do the chat spam bullshit for a lot of reasons. One, how do you have the patience? And two, how does your computer handle it? Like I've looked at like while at AGDQ, I like have the chat open like on one of their PCs. And like when that shit goes, it goes, all right? Like it's on those, even on those computers that are like built for the fucking, you know, the games to be played on them. Like even those ones have fucking troubles with all the chat spam. So it's definitely not just the fact that I own a toaster that has a graphics card taped to it. That is a big part of it, don't get me wrong, but it's not the entire point. Just don't do the homing shot, please. Just don't do the homing shot for like 2 seconds after running back. Alright. What do we got? Guppy? Guppy. Although we don't have any extra lives, so this is actually kind of terrifying. But we're Guppy. And we're a strong Guppy. We don't need no man. You know what? Fuck it. All in. Crazy. I'm crazy! Look at me, I'm insane! God, our range is pitiful. We actually are gonna die, aren't we? You know what? If we die and we have fun, it's like as if we didn't even die, right? That's how life works? Something like that. That sounds like something a philosopher could say, and people wouldn't think he's an idiot for it. Technically, you could just perceive what I said there as me butchering the, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life, right? Just like horrifically butchering that very good saying. It's actually a really good saying, by the way. It's better than it's just like a saying. Like, that's actually a way to fucking live your goddamn life. Says the person who's currently unemployed. But listen, alright? I have a good time doing what I do. And, like, I'm sort of kind of employed doing this, so, you know what? You take that and put it in your fucking pipe and do something with it in your pipe now. It's just not the most money, but it's money. You know? It's enough money to not be dead, so it's not bad, right? I'd say any amount of money that allows you to be living is a good enough amount of money. You know what, I'm just gonna fucking use the strength card in here. Wow, that range up from the fucking strength card is actually just winning me the fight. That's fucking incredible. Strength card, good card. It's actually like a really good card. Most people really underestimate it and just kind of see it as a +1 heart container for a second. Which it is that, and it is good at that. But, you know, it's more than that. It actually gives you some nice damage, some nice range apparently. I didn't actually realize it gave you so much range. It's really nice. Okay. I was hoping it would be a spirit heart, but now that I have determined it is not, this I believe is the correct way to go. Ooh, double Gertie Jr. Thank you for the spirit heart. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, woo! These are good drops, like really good drops, actually. I'm very happy. I'm gonna keep rolling with Suicide King. You never know when you get a life up. Could get a character-changing life up as well in the chest. Not a fan of that. Not at all. Alright, we have enough keys for 7 items if we even get, you know, 7 chests or whatever. I'm not digging the damage, alright? You gotta chill the fuck out, Mr. Isaac. This is so hard with low range. I've actually never, ever fought Isaac with range this low. This is actually super frustrating. That's alright. Here we go. Let's maybe get an item that'll just carry us to the end. Just throw our corpse across the finish line. Anti-grav seems ideal. Yeah, we shoot a little bit fast. Still don't have the range. Capricorn also seems sweet. That'll give us a little bit of range. And also a tier delay down. As you can tell, probably. As we are shooting faster than a machine gun ever wished it could shoot. So, you know. It appears as if tier delay downs do in fact stack properly. So that's cool. Good info. Ah, you're dead. Ah. You're dead. People ask me, hey Goose, why do you pick up dumb fucking items like anti-grav tiers? Well, here's your goddamn answer, you animal. I'm sorry, that was rude. I shouldn't have called you an animal. I don't really feel bad about that one. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Should spawn quite a few spoilers, Mr. Frodo. Not a lot of chests are dropping, even though we have Guppy's tail. Well, I don't know how to feel about this one. Oof, oof, oof. That is a large damage up. I believe, is it a 1.5 damage up? Just like a straight up 1.5 damage up? I think so. That sounds right to me. Yeah, I know if you have Bookable Isle, it is not only a damage up, but also a damage multiplier that doesn't stack with Cricket's Head. Unless they changed it from vanilla, which is possible. But in vanilla, that is exactly what it did. Nope. I'm not even taking Sissy Longlegs. Even though it's passive. I could reroll into something else. And almost anything else would actually be much better. You know what? Infestation would have been better than Sissy Longlegs. That's how shit I think Sissy Longlegs is. Item is downright shit. It's downright horse manure. Horse manure? Is that like fucking baby horse food? I almost picked up Sissy on accident. Do they actually call manure after the thing it came from? Or do they call it based on what it helps grow? Because that's something I don't actually know. And that'd be interesting to who know. It's not the most useful info, but it's interesting, right? Like, is it called cow manure? Or is it called... Oh, that's good. Or is it called, fucking grass manure? I don't know. I don't know this shit. I'm not a gardenia. That's the word. Totally. Roll with it. Roll these two. Grab the passive. Alright, you know what? I'll pick it up, you savages. I know. I hear you. I hear you tip-tapping away at your stupid little fucking non-mechanical keyboard, just going, hey, oh my God, you should take Sissy Longlegs if you're gonna just do this jazz again. Fuck you. Don't tell me how to live my life. We can only open one chest. It was a good chest to open. Ah! Oh, that was bad. Not a situation I enjoy. Where you at, Cage? Oh no! Oh! Rip. I would like some key drops. Oh yeah, so when Mega Fairy sucks in and it just gets all your tears that are suspended in air, oh, it's such a good feel. Such a good feeling, you fucking dipshit. Although in fairness, I do use the term "that feel" when daily on Twitter, so can you really blame me for saying it's a good feel? It's technically grammatically correct, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. Because technically, well, I mean, feel's basically just a verb, right? So never mind, ignore what I was about to say. It was fucking dumb. Sure. That'll protect us even more. I love how when you just randomly leave and enter secret rooms that have greed boss fights in them, they always just change layout. It's the weirdest thing. I guess I kind of just want to do extra rooms for fun. And, you know, potential items. Yum Heart's not exactly the item that I'd be looking for, but you know what? It is an item. At the very least, that gets it out of the pool now. It's not bad. Eliminate a shitty item from the item pool. Sure. Oh god. Holy shit. Oh god. Jesus. Holy shit. Oh god. Holy fuck. Oh gee. Oh. Oh. This is my expert commentary, by the way. you guys enjoy. Be sure to follow me on Twit. And sloop scrub my loofah on Yik Yak. Man, the lack of key drops. I know there's 2 more rooms I haven't visited. That's fine. Do people use Yik Yak? Do people know what Yik Yak is? Whatever. That was a fun run. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I may or may not have recorded it, you know, in a panicked state, realizing I had to have an episode up in 4 hours. So, oops. But hopefully it'll upload in time. But, yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, of course, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and blah 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 blah. Come back for more. Fucking give me your money and suck my pelican.